Round one, Layla Ali says she had receipts. Round two, Claressa swinging back. Let's talk about it. They 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 talk about it. Welcome back to She Could Talk to Podcast. I'm your host, Gangalee. Hey, and that's Gangalee on all streaming platforms if you want to check out my music. Look for the glasses, look for the locks. You tell me if I can rap, okay? Okay. But over here on YouTube, on She Could Talk to Podcast, this is where I react to everything. I react to news, sports, crimes, musicians, politicians, YouTubers, TikTokers. If they're talking about it, I'm talking about it, okay? Okay. So, I am back, guys, on the sports side of the house. As you can see on my screen, Claressa Shields has responded. Okay, so while we were all waiting with bated breath for Layla Ali to come back with part two, which we have not seen yet, it's kind of like this out there in them streets, like, where is it? We're looking for it. We're looking for it, right? Claressa decided to jump or respond with her own documentary style YouTube video, roughly around 20 minutes, similar to Layla. So without further ado, I wanted to get into it. It's hot off the press. I know you've probably seen it already, but of course I'm going to react to it, give my commentary, and let's jump in, shall we? It's Claressa Shields. Receipts.
Has been losing the fight against me for a very long time, and we all know when you start losing the fight, you go below the belt. I really did not want to have to respond to this video because I am not into tearing another black woman down. This is just another example
All right.
of the older hating on the youth. So now I want to come and set the record.
So she came in hot. I disagree with that it was the older hating on the youth, because I think that she did a lot to kind of pass the torch. And I feel like you try to bring her back in. Okay.
Record straight on what really happened, how our beef started, and how we got here today. So let's take it back to the beginning. 16-year-old Claressa Shields from Flint, Michigan, fighting her way to the Olympics to represent her country. Now, for those who don't know, around this time, I was relatively unknown. I was a diamond in the rough. Mary Spencer was 3-time world champion. She is from Canada. Me and Mary Spencer met up at the Continental Championships to face off. And oh, did I put a whooping on Mary Spencer.
She did.
For those who don't know, the World Championships and the amateurs come around every 2 years, where all the countries in the world meet at the World Championships, and you have to fight 5 to 6 days back to back to become world champion and hold a gold medal. Mary Spencer did that 6 years in a row. I, relatively unknown, at the age of 16, beat Mary Spencer on the point system, 17 points to 34. After that, interviews flooded in from all over.
And one of them is boxer Claressa Shields. She just finished her junior year at Flint Northwestern, and while her classmates enjoy summer vacation, she'll be competing in the world's biggest stage.
She has to be one of the potential feel-good stories of the London Games.
American Claressa Shields has the potential to stand out from the crowd. At the age of 17, she was the youngest boxer to...
And y'all out there, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Layla was hating on any of this. Because if I understood the video that she put out, that I reacted to previously, Layla said that she spoke to her executives, to the producers of her show, and basically curated a segment where she went and interviewed her and flew out to Colorado and interviewed her because she was going to the Olympics, I believe, for the second time. Okay? So to me, I don't know. I'm still confused, but let's continue.
Try out for the national team, and Shields hopes to qualify for the London Olympics by finishing in the top 8 of the middleweight category in China.
You know, I always have the highest hopes for myself.
So she was not the first person to interview me. Me beating Mary Spencer put...
So I don't think she said that she was the first person to interview you. She just said that she wanted to highlight boxing on her show, or the show that she was a host on. She was on a sports show, And I guess it had different athletes that were women hosting together. And she said, hey, I'm a boxer. I want to highlight up and coming boxers. And I think that's what her intention was. That's what my perception is of it. What do you guys think?
Everybody on notice. The young black girl from Flint was coming. Speaking of all the interviews that I did, Laila Ali came to the Olympic Training Center where I was training for the Olympics at, and me and her developed a big sister and little
And I think that's when she did the interview and stuff.
sister relationship. And now I wonder if it was even genuine because she gave me bad advice. She told me to stay amateur and win as many Olympic gold medals as I can because there was no TV exposure and no money for women's boxing in the professionals.
When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat.
That was nothing but her trying.
I reacted to it. To me, I feel like she's not letting the receipts play. Is that making any sense? It's like a strategic cut, so you're making it away. My opinion. I'm letting it play out. But I'm leaning towards Laila on that one. I'm open because I love both of them. But on that one, I feel like she did kind of give a possibly. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not going to say I was there. But I can see her giving her advice like, yo, instead of going up, trim that off and knock these girls out because you're a powerhouse. You rip through the top, rip through the bottom, you full champion. I don't know how that goes. I just watch the sport.
To body shame me and discredit me for winning world championships at weight classes in 5 different weight classes, which is 154, 160, 168, 175, and 175 plus.
Can I say, I have to ask a question. Are any of you out there familiar with a rapper named Scarlett from New York? Scarlett from New York. I don't know why she's giving me Scarlett vibes. Her makeup, her hair looks nice. She looks really nice here. But it reminds me like her and Scarlett could be sisters. And I think Scarlett is a pretty girl too. She's a rapper from New York.
Went against her advice, and I was the first woman to make $1 million in women's boxing. Before this interview on The Breakfast Club with Laila Ali, me and her were very friendly. This is what ignited the entire beef.
You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. Mm-hmm. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. Mm-hmm. And she's doing great. I mean, it's still not what I would have wanted. I would have wanted more because I have a big picture of my own. It was great.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun, shits and giggles?
Money right, Laila there, and I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
She claims that I took this out of context.
So I can understand where Claressa's coming from when she's saying like, oh, I'm not here. You don't want to fight me. But maybe, and I'm just playing, I'm going to play a little debatery. I'm going to debate a little bit, right? On the other side. Could it possibly be that maybe she respected you and respected your shine and you being the GOAT and this is your time to shine? So she wasn't even considering you an opponent. Could that have been a thing? Could that have been a thing? Where like, when you say like, who's somebody you want to knock out, right? You just, I don't know, in boxing, so that's what I'm using that example for. Who's somebody you want to knock out? You're not going to think of someone you love or someone you like or care about, right? You're going to think about, oh. So maybe she didn't have you even on her radar when she was in that interview, possibly because she respected you and probably cared about you like a little sister. Could that have been a thing? I wonder. I'm just throwing things out there.
And one thing I will say, she wasn't just saying that I wasn't good enough to inspire her and to give her a challenge. She was saying that all the women who were currently boxing could not give her a challenge. The problem is that I am the only one that says something. Now, coincidentally, I'm not the first woman athlete that she's done this to. Let's rewind again and take it back to when Ronda Rousey was the queen of combat sports.
Are you a fan of Ronda Rousey?
I wouldn't say that.
Before it was me, Ronda Rousey was the queen of combat sports. I mean, this girl was...
And I'm not even gonna lie, shout out to Ronda Rousey. I threw her in one of my rhymes back in the days. Let me take a look here. I'm just checking out something really quickly because I could have swore that when I saw her, she was doing like, I don't know, kickboxing or something, UFC. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm not bugging. Yeah. So Ronda Rousey was like a professional wrestler, mixed martial artist, like doing MMA stuff, UFC, wrestling, etc. Yeah, and so she kind of she was on a trajectory up, you know? She was on a trajectory up because she was that it girl. Then she has a little look to her, so branded, marketing, etc. But trying to see how she fits into this because she's a wrestler for the most part and a mixed martial artist. So who's fighting her? She was the first American to win an Olympic. What was she winning an Olympic for? Let me take a look here. Let's see. This is good, guys. So, FYI, random to the left, but because we're talking about boxing, remember I was mentioning the farmer's daughter, but it's actually the coal miner's daughter, Christy Farmer, I believe her name is. But Christy, the coal miner's daughter, she has a movie coming out. She has a movie coming out, guys. It's going to be a good movie because I didn't even realize that some of the investigative discovery shows that I've seen was about the same girl. So it's going to be good. Going to be good. Her life story on the big screen. And the girl that played in Euphoria is playing her as the boxer. So it's going to be good. So funny that that's also popping up right now. That we got Christy the coal miner's daughter story being told on the big screen. We got just the talk of women, in boxing coming back up. So I want to say shout out and kudos to them all. Now, back to this. Ronda Rousey. I don't know how she fits into it, honestly, because she's UFC's first fight. What did she win the Olympics for? She won the Olympic medal in judo. That's what I said. Her mom was like a big judo master or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Keep me honest out there, guys. You know how I do, because you guys be serious about the sports. Let me send you a little love and shout out to you all, because, I love you guys. But keep me honest. Was Ronda Rousey's mom a judo master? Let me look here. I could possibly look here. Does it say anything? Okay, her mother, yeah, judoka? Judo, yeah. So her mom was a decorated judoka and was the first American to win a world judo championship in 1984. Yeah, so Ronda Rousey comes from some strong grappling, wrestling type of people, right? So, but I don't see how that fits into this whole scenario of boxing because that's a whole different sport, And that's what I was saying earlier, like on my last episode with Laila Ali. I don't like that the dilution or it's being diluted because now you want a judo master to fight a boxer. Like that's like some, like I said, like Jake Paul. You have a firefighter fight a police officer. Why don't you? Type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's to me is taking away credit from the sport, my opinion.
Barn girls in less than 30 seconds. She was viral. She was making hundreds of millions of dollars in her field. When she was on top of her game dominating, Laila Ali became jealous. And instead of her embracing Ronda Rousey, she started during interviews telling everyone how she would beat Ronda Rousey in a fight because she was too small and the size of her daughter.
Oh, I'm on the wrong.
Hi everyone, I am your new editor.
Play the clip.
My bad.
Do you think Ronda Rousey, would you be able to take Ronda Rousey?
And no woman can beat me, period. No woman, period.
Not even Ronda.
Of course not. She's too much smaller than me anyway. She's like the size of my daughter, my 3-year-old.
Laila Ali had been retired for years and still entertained conversations about coming out of retirement and fighting Ronda Rousey. Laila Ali was bluffing. She was bluffing then and she's bluffing now. This is what she does. She ties her name to whatever combat sportswoman is popping and she says that she'll beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim once they respond. So we all know that Ronda Rousey was on top of her game.
Yeah, the editing is crazy. It reminds me of rapping, and we would call that a punch-in, right? When you're like, normally like if you have like a really intense verse or delivery, sometimes you might want to get a punch in, right? Literally, we're watching punch-ins in video. Just watch like the editing, the fade in, the fade out. It's like she say a sentence, they stop. She say a sentence, they stop. Am I just that technical that I'm peeping that, or am I reaching? Do y'all see that?
Ronda Rousey lost. Laila Ali went on a celebratory tour laughing and celebrating the fact that Ronda Rousey had lost her first and only fight.
Me train her. It's like, train Ronda Rousey. I'm like, but I thought you thought she could beat me. What happened?
So would you do that?
You can't train somebody's chin to take a punch. But for the right amount of money, yeah, we could probably make.
What does Ronda Rousey need to work on?
Oh, where do I begin? You know what I mean? I think we need to understand that in order to be the best in the world, you definitely don't ever get beat up like that in your prime, period.
No, it was pretty bad.
I mean, I know as an athlete, well, I don't know, but, I can assume as an athlete, when Mike Tyson retired and he was still, look, Mike Tyson just fought Jake Paul. I just said that. Was it a year ago? What was it? On Netflix. Shut down Netflix. So and they've asked him year after year, are you going to come out of retirement, Mike Tyson? Are we going to come out of retirement? Because everyone remembers the glory days. Just like how Michael Jordan came out of retirement a few times, okay? Because people remember the glory days. But people do get old. People do get older. However, I kind of see that's what it is. She's just an athlete, and when she's out and about and people celebrity watching and they say, oh, that's Laila Ali. What are you going to ask Laila Ali? You're going to ask her probably one or three things. How's your dad? Because, God bless him, he passed on at this point. But I'm talking about back then in those times, right? He was, salute to him, one of the greatest, was the greatest of all times. We know, right? So they would ask her about her dad, maybe something about his legacy. Ask her about maybe possibly cooking, her family or whatever, but that's probably going to be second or third to her boxing. Will you come out of retirement? Whoever's hot. Hey, would you fight Ronda Rousey? Would you fight Claressa Shields? Who would you fight? What would it take to get you to come out of retirement, right? These are questions that's paparazzi induced, right? And then, you just play into, okay, nice, okay, TMZ, okay, being nice. She is a celebrity. She is a great personality. So I can see where she kind of like gets into it. I'm not getting the vibes like she's running around looking for the beef. I could be wrong, guys, so keep me honest. If you need to point me in a direction of like, hey, she could talk, react to this because you're missing this part of it. Keep me honest. Let's do it. Because I'm still waiting for part 2.
I remember you said the best in the world don't get beat. You still feel that way?
No. I said that?
Yeah, I thought in reference to Ronda Rousey.
You don't get beat the way she got beat. To just get 100% taken advantage of in the ring and just look like a little rag doll in the ring, that would never happen.
Now, this is the thing.
So to me, I feel like that was a little bit of gaslighting with that edit there, guys, because it wasn't a full complete statement. It was like, this is hot, this is a hot button, this is a hot button. And to me, that's very detrimental when you listen in pieces like that and don't listen holistically, cohesively to the whole statement, because you can miss important things. And if the editing on this video with the receipts is any type of possibility of the way she's listening to Laila, I can understand the beef. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it might be a little bit of miscommunication early out. Now it's probably too far gone.
That people want to overlook.
And I will say allegedly, because I don't know.
Supposed to be so classy and supposed to be so, above everything. But look at these interviews here where she's clearly laughing at Ronda, discrediting Ronda, talking about how you can't be a great and lose that bad in your prime. She just taking a dump all over her, and Ronda Rousey was really that girl. So
once again, though, you're highlighting retired Ronda Rousey. That's the point that I think a lot of people are making. Like, we just want to see you fight real fights against real active boxers now. We're going down history and memory lane. Ronda Rousey, like, this is the first time I heard Ronda Rousey in a minute.
know if you guys know, but up in boxing, it takes a lot to get inside the ring. It takes a lot to prepare for a fight. And we all have a camaraderie where we don't laugh at each other when we fail, someone loses a fight. We don't kick each other when we're down. We have a good sportsmanship, and if there is any competitive spirit, it's not in a disrespectful way. The way that Laila Ali celebrated Ronda Rousey's loss was disgraceful, and it showed that she has no integrity and that she doesn't even understand how serious the sport of combat sports is. So I'm playing these clips so you guys know it's not just me that Laila Ali hates on. She hates on any woman in combat sports who starts getting more notoriety than her. In Laila Ali video, she says that I have become a disappointment and a bad representation of our sport and culture. When Colin Kaepernick started to kneel to protest racial injustice and police brutality, it was a chain reaction. The world was tired of seeing unarmed black men being gunned down and killed by the police. Everybody came together to fight and stand united.
I feel like this is a little bit of gaslighting, guys, only because what does this have to do if you guys are going to fight? Is she coming out of retirement to fight? You know, I don't know. I feel like these receipts are not as CVS worthy as Layla's, because Layla kind of kept it concise and to the point of, hey, look, this is what's been bubbling behind the scenes for years. This is why I don't mess with that girl, or I don't support her, and this is what I think of her. This is more like, she doesn't just hate me, she hates everybody. I don't know, you know.
Under one slogan.
Let's continue.
Black Lives Matter. Instead of joining the fight, this is what Laila Ali had to say. Play the clip.
You're black, but we as black people are not calling the shots. We're not in charge. You have to fit in. You have to conform to a certain extent, but still try to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like with me, for example, I don't a lot of times just post that I like, that I might see that are very pro-black, but I won't post it on my Facebook page because I have fans from all races, from all around the world, and I don't
understand
ever like
that.
to make people feel separate. You know, and sometimes they do, like when you just be like, Black Power, I love my, you know, so it's like,
true.
you know, I think it's time to like, I like the all lives matter, or all lives matter, you know, and that's.
And so I agree with her on that one. Hear me out, guys. I agree with her on that one, right? It should be, is only one race. We know that, and I always say all the time, the human race, right? Everything else is a culture and a vibe and where you grew up and your skin tone based on pigmentation or lack of it. But other than that, if we cut each other or someone gets cut, the blood is going to be the same color. You know, we're the human race. To me, what I agree with her about is, especially when you're in a public space, right? You don't want to cut off one side of your face to accommodate the other side, right? You want it. The goal is to bring everyone together into a common space where we all can meet in the middle and have mutual understanding and mutual, you know, peace, you know? So I agree with her on that. You ever been out with a friend and then your friend is like, you and your friend like a particular thing, right? Like you might go thrifting or you might go shopping at a luxury store. You know, like, you know, you have a friend that you go thrifting with and you have a friend that you go balling shopping. Like I go to Gucci with my homegirl because we ball out, and I go to the thrift shop with my other homegirl because she has a good eye for, you know, design, right? Two different friends, two different personalities. Now you take the thrifter to the Gucci store. She's out of place. And she's like, man, like, why did you bring me here? Like, we always have fun when we hang out, but I don't like this. Because now you brought her into a realm that she's not used to. I hope I'm making sense, right? So it's like you now got her feeling excluded because you're just focusing on one particular zone. You didn't say, hey, let's meet in the middle and just go have lunch. You said, no, we're going to go high-end shopping, and I know you can't afford it, but this is what I do with my other friend. And then it's going to make someone feel excluded. On the flip side, you go to a party, right? You might have a best friend, and then she brings two more friends that you don't know, but she's cool with them. That might be her work friends or her college friends or, you know, something to that effect. And you might be her childhood friend. And you all four of you go to the club. all three of them got a lot in common because they probably recently hang out, probably recently, worked at a job together or what have you. And then you have like more childhood memories. Your mom was, don't forget your mom said, this, that, and another. You can feel like the odd one out. I've seen it happen all the time. So I understand her and that mentality of inclusivity, where you don't want to go too far to the left and you don't want to go too far to the right because you just don't know who might agree or disagree, right? And you don't really want to be like ballerina tap dancer for everyone, but you still want to have like a happy medium for everyone to come and enjoy. You can't please everyone. I know that. I'm here to tell you that, guys. You can't please everyone, but I respect the happy medium that she's talking about, if that makes any sense.
Kind of what my focus is, but it's hard, because, you got sponsors and you got this and you got that and you don't want to step on anybody's toes.
You said you don't want to speak out because you don't want to lose sponsorships and you don't want to upset your different fans. Your father, Muhammad Ali, used his platform to stand up against oppression. To me, it doesn't seem like you're proud to be who you are or to be the daughter of the great Muhammad Ali. For those saying that Laila Ali...
Yo, this is like a rap song, the punch-ins.
YouTube hate documentary that she did was classy. That wasn't classy. That was mean girl energy. She was being nice, nasty. She's always wanted to hate on me out loud, and now she's doing it proud and with her chest out to promote a YouTube channel. Now, in Laila Ali hate documentary, she says that her dad would never want his name tied to mine and that he did not like the fact that I called myself woke. Well, lie detector test tells us that was a lie. Play the clip.
Call yourself the GOAT, that's fine. It's flattering. You look up to my father. We both thought that was cute. That was sweet.
5 minutes later.
My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside.
So I want to pause right here. So I believe both clips, if that makes any sense, that she just showed of Laila. I believe that she thought they were flattered by it. And, they had high hopes for her. They invited her out to his ceremony in Philadelphia. She was on stage with the family. That's an honor. That was an honor. So I believe that they felt one way until they didn't. Now, you guys out there, keep me honest. Was it the Breakfast Club interview? Because I'm going to do a little research. I think I'm going to have to circle back and perhaps react to that. I know it's a little bit older. I might get a couple of clips. I'm trying to decipher what exactly was catalyst in that, because I'm feeling it. I'm zeroing it down to the Breakfast Club's interview with Laila that sparked Claressa's, train of hate, I guess. I don't know. And then after years of it, just growing, or what happens behind the scenes, we don't know, Laila decided to respond. Now, this picture right here, it looks like he's sitting down. I don't know if it's a wheelchair or what have you, but he's older, serious. He's not even smiling. Body language says a lot. It's like, yeah, I'll take a picture of the kid. You ever seen, like, say, when a rapper or celebrity, like, hey, can you take a picture with me? And then like a cool celebrity, well, a kind of uptight celebrity be like, yeah, throw a peace sign up real stiff next to you. You're like trying to act as like, oh my God, I'm here with whoever, right? And then a cool celebrity will be like, yo, get in the picture, get in the car, yo, let's act like we family. Like, put my hat on, like they'll make it a little bit fun. Put my chain on, like, and kind of bring you into the moment, right? And I'm not saying every celebrity is like that and needs to be like that. And I'm not saying every athlete needs to be like that. But, and also, Muhammad Ali was older at this time. But devil's advocate, it's not giving me like, it's just like a picture. It's not giving me much energy from it. Like, yo, this girl I like, it's not giving me much. I could be wrong.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like, low key, it's like kind of exploiting him. And, he's in a wheelchair. I don't know.
That you told me that your dad was flattered and proud that I called myself the GOAT? Layla Ali says that I lied about what transpired when she asked me to spar.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down.
Here is a clip of her telling the same story that I told when she asked me to spar.
You got that from
I
your
offered
daddy?
Claressa sparring. When I talked
Did
to her,
you?
yeah, she reached out to me when she first won the Olympics and we talked and I gave her some advice. And I said, hey, you ever want to spar? And she's like, you want to spar me? I was like, calm down.
Found that when she asked me to spar, I said, me? The lie detector showed.
I don't know. The receipts are kind of I don't know where these receipts are supposed to be going, guys. And I'm being honest, because I love both of them, and I broke my ankle to bring you guys the reaction, so I didn't even watch it all the way through. But we're more than halfway through. The receipts are still not receipting that much to me, because she said she played a clip of. Let's go back. I don't want to mince nothing. Let's go back.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. The chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down.
Okay, the
Here
sparring.
is a clip of her telling the same story that I told when she asked me to spar.
You got that from
I
your
offered
daddy?
Claressa sparring. When I talked
Did
to
you?
her, yeah, she reached out to me when she first won the Olympics and we talked and I gave her some advice. And I said, hey, you ever want to spar? And she's like, you want to spar me? I was like, calm down.
Found that.
All right. So that emotion, that telling of the story, felt authentic, right? Sometimes people might exaggerate, like, I didn't do all that, right? Okay, benefit of the doubt. Maybe you exaggerated. Now let's hear her quick telling of that same story.
When she asked me to spar, I said, me? The lie detector.
You want to spar with me? I kind of believe it did go the way it went. Okay.
Shows that that also was a lie. We're going to keep playing these clips. So now that we both see
The clips ain't
how
clipping.
the story of us sparring happened.
I don't know, guys.
If
You
it
tell
is
me.
still on the table, if the offer is still on the table, we can still spar because we all know that you're not ever going to get inside the ring and fight against me.
All right, so I got to hit him with the... So remember, in the receipts from Layla's joint, she said she offered to spar with her. You see this whole clippage right here is about the sparring thing. And remember, she showed where she was like, nobody's trying to spar with you, blah, blah, blah. Like, I do that for practice. And she kind of like, dismissed it. Like, I'm not sparring with you. Now she's considering if the offer is open, we can still spar. It's too far past that. What you think? It's like 15 million or nothing at this point. What you guys think? Okay.
Nobody thinks that Layla Ali can beat me in the fight. She doesn't think that, and neither does our peers. Play the clips.
Claressa Shields. I don't think there's really any question that she's the best women's boxer today.
Of all time.
All time. You putting over Layla Ali?
All time, and I love Laila.
What?
All time.
Coal miner's daughter?
All time.
And she's the best fighter fucking in the world, bro.
Yeah,
There's nobody better than Claressa as a woman, bro. I don't give a fuck who you name. Nobody is coming close to her.
Yeah,
Two Olympic gold medals, bro. So if that's the case, if this girl was a man,
If she was a man.
bro, you know how much support niggas will have of her. Like,
Yeah, nah,
the
she's-
whole boxing world to have crazy support because she'll be Floyd Mayweather, bro.
There's no comparison.
Damn.
That leg,
At
though.
all.
What was
All
that?
time. I love Laila too.
Shannon threw that leg over.
But ain't nobody coming close to Claressa.
Right.
2-time Olympic gold medal.
Yes.
3-time undisputed.
Yes.
Well, how many weight classes she did? 6.
And I'm going to tell you, I am not taking anything away from Claressa. Facts. We're gonna clap it up for her because I tell you, I watched her since the T-Rex, the documentary, and I was like, yo, I'm hype. Who is this girl? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not ever gonna take that from her. What I will say for me as a spectator of the sport and watching Claressa, what I would say is they're in two different time eras. You know what I'm saying? Two different eras of the sport. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that Layla is extremely old or she's elderly and she's not in shape. She actually looks low key, super in shape in that video. If you look at the footage of her from years ago, and you look at that video she dropped in the black and red dress, she's in shape. Okay, so who knows? Might be all a lead up to a fight. It might be a lead up to a fight, but I could see what Shannon Sharp was just saying when he was like, greatest of this time. And he was like, of all time. I guess, but, I would say as the sport got better, you know, and people like Claressa came along to shine in it, and more opportunities became available, like the Olympics and, just more competitors around the world, then you have a better opportunity to have more, bouts to determine that you're the best, right? But you can't reverse and go back in time. And I don't think it's kind of fair to compare the two because it's completely two different eras. I know some of y'all not trying to hear me out there like, oh, F that. Layla need to get off her ass and go fight. I hear you. I hear you. And some of y'all be like, I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know that. You need to do your history. I hear you. I hear you. Okay? I've done episodes about Papoose, Claressa, and Remy. I've done episodes about her fighting Danielle Perkins. I'm a fan. I love it. I think she's good. And I'm going to give her a clap again. You know what I'm saying? She's been on my radar since, the last since 2025. For other reasons, other than sports, I'm not going to lie. But I've watched her sports. I always do. Right? So I just feel like the comparison's a little bit too steep, to say like greatest of all time when we kind of, I don't know, it's just two different eras. You know what I'm saying?
Even Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Like, for example, and I'm not to cut you off, Claressa, Mike Tyson was the greatest of his time. Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of his time. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonard was the greatest of his time. Muhammad Ali was the greatest of his time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can list several men boxers that have did their thing and has left a name for themselves throughout boxing, right? I feel like why do we have to annihilate each other on the women's side? And why we can't say, hey, of the time. But my spidey senses is tingling like this is leading up to a fight, guys. What you think? $15 million. What y'all think?
Says that I am the best female fighter of this era.
Here with my boy Nico Ali Wash. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling amazing. How about yourself?
Everything's good. Claressa.
And in case you didn't hear it, let's go back just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You did. 6.
Even Muhammad Ali's grandson says that I am the best female fighter of this era.
Here with my boy.
All right, so backstory about Muhammad Ali's grandson. And I knew this, but not to the maybe depth of possibly what I know now as an adult. And anyone out there who can, correct me if you think I don't know all the facts. I'm always open for course correction. You guys tell me. I know Muhammad Ali had at least 3 wives, right? And had kids respectively with at least, and I want to say 4 wives. Let me see. It might be 4 wives. Might be 4. And he had kids with at least 3 out of the 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I know it's a bit, right? And one of the first wives was Khalila Ali. This is Khalila's grandson. Khalila had 4 kids with Muhammad Ali, and I want to say she was the first one to marry him. The first wife, the teenage love, the young love. Okay? And then let's continue. But remember that I said this is the grandson from Muhammad Ali's first wife, Khalila Ali.
Boy Nico Ali Wash. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling amazing. How about yourself?
Everything's good. Claressa Shields came out today with she had a $15 million check in her video and told Laila Ali, step up, we got the money. What are you thinking of it? Is she reaching? Is it a potentially a good scrap? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I don't think the...
So technically, if this is the grandson, then yeah, Layla would be his aunt, right? Right? Yeah. Am I getting that correct? So Muhammad Ali had kids, and their kids had kids. Yeah. So Layla would be his aunt.
Fight is going to happen. I know Layla's significantly older than Claressa. If the fight did happen, I think it would be amazing for women's boxing. So that'd be a fun fight to see.
Is Layla even in the gym? Is Claressa just trying to reach to get to a different level? Is she trying to use Layla?
Oh, no, Claressa doesn't need to use anybody. Claressa is the greatest female athlete of my time. Like, there's no question about it. Her
Did you hear what he said? Of my time.
accolades speak for themselves.
Even Muhammad Ali's ex-wife.
Do you see why I say the receipts are not receipting as hard for me? My reaction, because it's kind of still supporting the argument the other way, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, guys, I'm kind of feeling like a fight's coming. I feel like it's going to be a pay-per-view or Netflix something. What you guys think? I told you last time I'm 50-50 on one way, 50-50 the other, but Claressa took time out and did a response video, so I'm like, I don't know, guys, I don't know, I'm on the fence. Okay,
your stepmom said that I'd kick your ass.
I'm Khalil Ali. I'm Muhammad Ali.
Let's go back a little bit. So the young man you saw, this is his grandma.
I'm Khalil Ali. I'm Muhammad Ali's wife.
She was the first wife, and I'm not saying you can ever take someone's title away, because I get it. You share the love with them. You got 4 kids with him. I get it. But to me, I feel also like it's a little bit of territory, right? Layla Ali is not her daughter. Allegedly, and I'll say allegedly, guys, depending on what you read, what rabbit hole you fall down, right? Because this is old school tea, so don't shoot me or don't bite me, guys. Don't bite me. But allegedly, while married to Kalila still, he started a love affair with Layla's mom. And then eventually divorced Kalila and married Layla's mom, Victoria, I believe her name is, or Veronica, simultaneously. Like, Monday, divorce, Wednesday, married. I don't know if that's that intense, but basically.
I want to back her up. Okay. I'm backing her up. Okay.
So a woman who kind of feels a way towards the woman who took her husband and the kids that woman had with her husband, I can see why she's backing up Claressa. I can see that. This is beyond the boxing, because that's weird, right? Like, wouldn't you just be like, hey, go ahead, that'd be a great fight, But that's kind of weird. And she wants her to whip Layla's ass. Look, kick Layla's ass.
Kick Layla's ass.
She's too old now. She retired a long time ago. But if she can't turn down that bag, I understand $15 million at the end of the day,
Tim
man.
Bradley?
And she
Who
got
is
punching power, right? She do what she got to do, man. Get that bag and go on about her business. But hey, I got Claressa Shields. You asking me who I got?
Yep.
I got the GOAT.
This is why you can't go anywhere, because we need those direct takes.
I got the GOAT.
This is why she's mad. Now, I have to put this out there. Layla, for you to do a 28-minute hate documentary, a smear campaign on my career, I have to give it to you. You are officially the most obsessed with me.
Claressa Shields.
Claressa. Watching Claressa Shields.
Okay.
We're not even in the same weight class. I know that she walked around heavier, but that would not happen. And not simply because she's not strong enough. Okay, because I would definitely knock her out. But because she's not talented enough to beat me. You're talented. You can box. You can.
Oh shit! Look at
the
Is it
arms.
possible one of the biggest fights of all time, the matchup between you and Claressa Shields, could ever take place? Is it possible? Because that's what people want to know. What would it take?
It's absolutely possible. Is that she is just not physically big enough or strong enough to handle me. And she does not have enough skill to keep me off of want to do it.
Is she an inspiring opponent?
Is she? Of course, absolutely.
So now it's a
Especially that
matter of-
mouth.
So now it's a matter
Especially
of
that mouth.
if that
Because
mouth.
So now this is the thing, though, right? I need to see some from the beginning proof where Laila starts or brings up Claressa, other than the video that she dropped a couple of weeks ago. I want to look for the receipts. And anyone out there, guys, I challenge us, because I want to do a little reaction to it if we could find it, put a little collage together. I want to see some receipts of Laila initiating the conversation about Claressa, initiating like anything. Or has it been that she's been asked about this in interviews, on the street? Which one is it? Because if you guys can point me in the direction, I'll put a collage together so we can kind of get a better understanding. If you guys, I'm leaning towards the Breakfast Club, plus I got a couple of other things I was looking into with Ann Wolfe. But I'm trying to get to the bottom of where this started.
When it's
Raises
personal,
the purse high enough.
When it's personal, that
She's saying it's personal now.
starts a fire, right? And when the money's right and it makes sense, then why not?
In 2020, when I was dominating all these weight classes.
So this was also before 2020 that she went on the Breakfast Club. I think it was 2018. She went on the Breakfast Club, Laila. And she responded and was like, oh, you don't want to, and then that rubbed Claressa the wrong way when she said, hey, there's no one good enough for me to fight. And then 2020, here we are.
Laila pulled this exact same stunt. Now we're in 2025 and I'm more viral than I could ever even be happy about being viral. And now here she is doing it again, trying to tie her name to mine for relevance. When asked about fighting me in 2025, this is what Laila Ali.
So you're gonna come back and fight her. What? Everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying to come back and fight, but if someone offered that kind of money, I would actually have to think about it.
She said, I'm not trying to come back and fight, but they come and talk to me about it. I might have to think about it because that's a lot of money. I don't blame her. All right, so I know Claressa, you see it on her face. Claressa's no joke. She was like, 15 million what we need, let's get it.
My team win records. All of us came together and we had 15 million in escrow for Laila to have a fight against me. Listen, the spices aren't selling and her TV shows are doing very bad.
Wow.
I was trying to put some money in
Below
her
the belt.
pocket and help her defend her legacy. I got great news for you. We got the 15 million. But instead of her being happy about that, she got angry.
I got to go back because she looks completely different right there.
Against me. Listen, the spices aren't selling and her TV shows are.
Like right here, she looks like Scarlett. And I like Scarlett. She's a pretty brown girl, chocolate girl from New York, from the Bronx, I believe. Hey. But let me look real
doing
quick.
Very bad. I was trying to put some money in her pocket and help her defend.
It might be the
her legacy.
hairstyle.
I got great.
Is this is Claressa too? I guess it is. What? I guess the makeup and the hair. This Claressa is giving me Vivica Fox. I don't know why. And that's a good thing because Vivica Fox is a bad lady now. But it's like mature. It's like she doesn't give me. How old is Claressa? Before I even, because she might be looking at her age and I'm the one that's bugging out. Let me see here. 30. I stop trying to be around the old people, girl.
News for you. We got the 15 million. But instead of her being happy about that, she got angry. And then, as we have to go on this hate documentary, you're going to show a clip of me getting dropped in a fight that I won unanimously? I have won every fight, unanimous decision or by knockout. Laila, you won a fight majority decision, and it's even one that should have been a split versus Jackie Frazier.
What? That was up
She said
the
I'm a bad
chin.
representation of our culture.
That was straight up the middle.
Let's clear that up. I've never been in jail. You can't find a mugshot of me. I've never tested positive for PEDs or anything. So therefore, how can I be a bad representation of the sport? You know who is a bad representation? Alicia Baumgartner, who she has pictures with. So my message to all the young girls and young boys coming up.
How Alicia Baumgartner caught that straight like that? Look, this was Claressa. She said, Alicia, hold that.
Never let the people that came before you try to discourage you, put fear into you, and make you not want to chase your dreams.
Now, I will agree with that before we get to the story time. You know what? It is not about people before you or people older than you, because sometimes, and I think that's what's happening with the youth these days, that it's dividing. It's making that gap, that age gap between the young and old wider, is the fact that we don't respect the elders enough to respect the wisdom that they may hold. Now, I know our elders, myself included, and I'm not elder like senior, but you know I'm older. I told you that. 90s, we was rocking. Now, I know a lot of us aunties and yanties is just that, right? We still vibing. The uncles, right? Unks still vibing, still chilling. And we look great out here. A lot of us people look great. Thank you, Jesus. Bless it. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me give a clap for us. Bless it. You know? So I think it's getting a little misconstrued there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you're not willing to listen to them because I guess we don't look like grandma and grandpa of days of old. Right? So you don't think that possibly we can have wisdom, you know? But it's quite the opposite. I feel like you could have possibly benefited from the wisdom and the relationship versus trying to fight and then separating and saying like the old versus the young, the old harassing the young. I don't like that gaslighting thing because I feel like we need to be coming together, because it's stuff that the young can teach the old. Don't get that wrong. But there's also a lot of stuff that the old can teach the young. And we're missing out on a great time because we keep on dividing it. And I just want to go back one more time because she did say something. I kind of went off track, but she said something I wanted to address or react to.
Is a bad representation? Alicia Baumgartner, who she has pictures with. So my message to all the young girls and young boys coming up, never let the people that came before you try to discourage you, put fear into you, and make you not want to chase your dreams.
I agree with that. But at the same time, I feel like you should allow some wisdom when it's being handed out. I don't think that she meant you were a bad influence as far as drugs or pregnancies or jail. That's just stereotypical stuff that thank God that we all didn't make it. We all made it and didn't go there, right? So I don't think that's what she was talking about, saying that you were a bad influence in that regard. I think, like you said yourself, that you've gone viral. I've said months before Laila Ali dropped this viral bombshell, and I was, and I said it from the most best of intent place, like get a publicist, something's happening. Something's happening because this looks well orchestrated and well put together, But I said to her, just put a message out there months ago, like, hey, consider getting a publicist and PR in place to kind of like smooth out the rough edges, if you will, right? Because some of the things we can go without you saying, right? And that was in the height of her and the Remy Ma and Papoose situation. And then as a woman, Laila Ali, you see her, she has her wedding ring on. She's married with a husband, with children. That whole messy play out, a married woman, not going to respect that. Someone hit me up in my comments on the last one because I said technically they're still married, and they said there's no such thing as technically you're still married. Yes, it is. Legally, in the eyes of the law, on paper, if you're married to someone and you have not filed and received a divorce decree, then you're still married. Okay? And I say technically because we know how some people do. They'll go out, they'll leave, they'll enjoy themselves, get a new life, a new relationship, have kids, and not quite finalize that divorce yet. That's where the technically still married in. Like, I've seen girls be like, oh, my baby daddy's technically still married to his ex. What? So I can see where that kind of been a little bit of a disappointment for her, to see that you've gotten with a man in her age group, you know, and the age don't matter, you know, like Aaliyah said to R. Kelly back in the days, right? Age ain't nothing but a number. So I don't think that's a thing. But it's
Low battery.
it's kind of like, you know, it's like a weird competition and vibe. And we'll leave it at there at that. But now what we're going to do is get into story time. And I'm going to have to read some of this stuff out to you. Back in 2020, Laila did an interview, Stay In, that I accused her of being a bad businesswoman. Okay, so let's hit play. Being the bigger person, I reached out to clarify that I never said that. Still being bitter, this is how she responded. So, this is, in the blue is Claressa, and then in the other color, I think is black or gray, is Laila. So we're going to read this. This is from Claressa to Laila. I'm writing you because I heard you on Sway. I'm not mad because I said what I said to anger you. You have angered me with your words. I respect you, and I'm happy you started the flame, but I've never said you weren't a good boxer or not a good businesswoman. So I feel like with all the media and etc. that we had a miscommunication somewhere. I don't know when or where it started, but I know I used to text and keep you up to date and ask for advice because I felt we were cool. Some of your words hurt my feelings. Wait. We were cool. So some of your words hurt my feelings, and that's why I responded the way I did. We can always talk or meet up and figure it out. All right. And what else she says? Let's see what else she says. And I'll always feel like I'll beat you in a fight. Wait, what? Let's see. Okay, here we go. And I'll always feel like I can beat you in a fight, as you feel you can beat me in a fight, but that's not ever going to change. But that don't mean we have to hate each other. And I agree, but it's a level of respect that it entails before we can get to that point. You know, we could talk shit like, I'll beat you, because they're boxers, is what I'm saying, in the sparring, bartering, banter. But the public display of disrespect, I think, is what kind of took us too far. So this is in private. She's hitting her up after she did her Breakfast Club interview in 2020. Oh, I'm going too fast. She tried to speed through them, boy. So this is her. Not too fast, right? Stops and it gets to go again. I got to be on this pause button. All right, I read all of this to you. Not too fast. You could pause it. Now we get to Laila. All right, let me pause before, because she scrolls fast on this one, guys. So this is Laila responding. You are a real punk, talking all that shit publicly but trying to make nice in private. You remind me of Ann Wolf's coward ass, but at least you're willing to get in the ring. I'm going to teach you a whole lot of things that will make you a better fighter in person. Lesson number 1. Learn to shut your mouth about money being there, because it's not there until it's in an escrow account. You can keep acting like you're the victim if you want to, like I came for you and called. Ooh, she moving fast. You could keep acting like a victim if you want to, like I came for you and called you out. But we know you ran your mouth about something you really don't want in your heart. I can see right through you and always have. All right, let's see what else here. So just be patient, and hopefully you will have the opportunity to try to knock me out, even though you're not even hurting these soft girls you've been fighting, let alone knocking them out. Let me see here. Is that it? You ran your mouth and always have to. So just be patient. Hopefully. Okay, but we know you ran your mouth about something you really don't want in your heart. I can see right through you and always have. So just be patient, and hopefully you will have the opportunity to try and knock me out, even though you're not even hurting these soft girls you've been fighting, let alone knocking them out. But keep believing your own. Believe in your own hype. By the way, I won't go back and forward with you for reasons I'm absolutely sure you wouldn't understand. But just keep hyping yourself up for a fight on the smaller outlets, because you're good at that. You already know the deal. You already know if the deal is right, it's gonna happen. Whew. I don't know if that was Layla for real. What you guys think? Do you think Layla wrote that for real? So she wrote this back to Layla. So Layla was like, you little punk ass. Oh, Lord. And so she says, I wrote this after I hurt your feelings on Sway, but the energy's the same. Trust me, I'm not scared of you. Never have and never will. You can't teach me shit, Layla. I feel bad because I seen how the Ann Wolf comment almost made you cry. But this wasn't written to squash beef. You said on Sway that I said you weren't a good businesswoman. I never said that. I said, and I'm a way better boxer than you, and I meant it. And I hope you come out of retirement. Pulling her, begging her to come out of retirement. I hope you come out of retirement because I'm going to show you how the game has changed and why I say I'm the GOAT, sweetie. See you in the ring soon, hopefully. Sounds like wait, what else we got? Wait. But this wasn't okay, so I read that part. So I fought bigger outlets than you already. The Olympics, I'm trying to add some drama to it for you guys. I fought bigger outlets than you, the Olympics. My next fight purse is $400,000, 3 weight divisions on paper. My resume kills yours. You're a bitter punk. It's a shame. Now, this comes to the point of like, what's going on with the respect for the elders. And victim, you are in worse shape mentally than I thought. You are playing the victim, crying about your age, saying that I took something wrong that you said. You got so used to everything bowing down that you were wrong. Wait, let me pause it because she's scrolling. You got so used to everyone bowing down to you that as soon as I said you were wrong, you went crazy. You are not the best female fighter. You weren't then and sure as hell not now. I won't be responding to you. You want to shut me up, then fight me. Nobody gets brownie points in sparring. So she puts the receipts up once again that says nobody gets brownie points in sparring. But then she also said, in this here, if the offer still stands, I will spar. So which one is it? Bitter Betty.
I won't make you guys wait long for my announcement. I'll let you guys know what I'm doing next in my career and when I will be back in the ring fighting to defend my heavyweight undisputed championship. Has been losing the fight against me for a very long time.
I just want to end it at a spot. I'm trying to catch a spot. But anyway, Claressa Shields entered the building and has responded, guys. So what do you think? This is heating up, right? I'm thinking it's an elaborate promo leading up to a fight. If they keep this back and forth through the holidays, we might get something by spring. I don't know. What you think? What you all think? But I'm gonna leave that right there for y'all because I had to hop in here. I had to break my ankle to get on camera. Not really, thank you, Jesus. But I had to get up in here, slide up in here like I was in baseball, going to the safe, going to base. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to come up in here to let y'all know and react to it fresh off the press, right? And we're still waiting for part 2 from Laila. I am fully invested at this point, and I just want to see what happens now. But I want to ask you this. Was the receipts receding? I called Laila Ali's the CVS receipts. To me, I feel like some of her receipts supported some of the purchases made by Laila. I don't know, guys. What you think? I feel like they kind of supported Laila a little bit as far as what she was saying. But I challenge you all. Me up with links that show me video proof of Laila initiating, not being asked by an interviewer, a reporter, paparazzi, anything, but her initiating her disdain. Not the video that I reacted to, of course, because we know we're at a point right now where it's heated heads all around. But in previous times, when she initiated this talk and the mudslinging towards Claressa, because I want to highlight it and react to it, because we got to get to the bottom of this, guys. We got to get to the bottom of this. And tell me what y'all think. Do you think we heading up to a fight? Is it going to be a $15 million purse, or is this it here playing out on YouTube right now? All right, so I'm going to tell y'all like I told y'all last time. Go ahead and join me in the comments. Don't meet me there, beat me there. And until next time, it's your girl Gongali. It's She Could Talk the Podcast, and I'm out. Peace.
They talk about it. They talk about it. They talk